What secrets lie within the cosmic void where entire galaxies become phantoms, their life force drained into interdimensional realms that spawn zombie worlds across the universe? Could this quantum phenomenon reveal the final countdown to our planet's ecological collapse? Ancient sages understood thermodynamic principles that modern science is only beginning to grasp. As our survival matrix indicates catastrophic tipping points approaching faster than ever calculated, the universe itself whispers warnings through phenomena so bizarre they challenge our understanding of reality itself. The extinction probability calculations show a 67% increase in biodiversity collapse rates over the past decade, while magnetic field disruption accelerates at unprecedented speeds. But hidden within these cosmic anomalies lies a revelation that could transform our understanding of consciousness, energy, and planetary survival. In the depths of space, 330 million light-years from Earth, exists a specter that defies everything we thought we knew about galactic formation. Scientists have discovered Dragonfly 44, a ghost galaxy with the mass of our entire Milky Way, yet composed of 99.99% dark matter. This cosmic phantom contains only 0.01% normal matter, existing as a shadow realm where the laws of physics bend into configurations that ancient shamanic traditions described as the realm of hungry spirits. This discovery represents far more than astronomical curiosity. The survival matrix indicates that ghost galaxies like Dragonfly 44 demonstrate how entire cosmic structures can be drained of their life-giving energy, transformed into hollow shells that exist in quantum superposition between existence and void. The implications for our planet's current trajectory are staggering. What happens when consciousness shifts during ecological collapse? The answer lies in understanding how energy flows through dimensional boundaries. Quantum entanglement theory suggests that consciousness itself operates through non-local connections that transcend space-time limitations. As Earth's magnetic field weakens and climate tipping points accelerate, we're witnessing the early stages of planetary energy drain, similar to the process that created these ghost galaxies. But the cosmic horror deepens. Beyond ghost galaxies, the universe spawns zombie planets, worlds literally built from the ashes of the dead. When massive stars explode in violent supernovas, they obliterate nearby planetary systems. Yet from this cosmic destruction, new worlds emerge from the debris. Zombie planets that orbit the corpses of their former stars, pulsars that strobe with X-ray radiation across their barren surfaces. These zombie worlds represent entropy acceleration in its most extreme form. Ancient sages understood that death and rebirth cycles operate on cosmic scales, but modern science reveals how these processes connect to our planet's current crisis. The thermodynamic equilibrium that sustains life on Earth is rapidly destabilizing, creating conditions where our world could follow the same path toward becoming a zombie planet orbiting a dying star. Could magnetic field disruption connect to spiritual awakening? The evidence suggests profound correlations. As Earth's magnetic field weakens, reports of heightened psychic experiences, spontaneous spiritual awakenings, and interdimensional encounters increase exponentially. The survival matrix indicates that planetary magnetic field disruption creates windows between dimensions, allowing consciousness to access information normally filtered out by our planet's electromagnetic barriers. The cosmic energy crisis extends far beyond individual planets. Dark energy, the mysterious force driving universal expansion, is accelerating at rates that will eventually stretch space-time itself beyond the speed of light. Within 100 billion years, all galaxies will disappear from view, leaving isolated star systems adrift in an expanding void where no new energy can enter the system. This revelation carries immediate implications for planetary survival. The universe operates on principles of energy conservation that mirror the ecological crises we face today. Just as the cosmos will eventually run out of radiant energy to sustain life, Earth's biosphere approaches similar tipping points where available energy becomes insufficient to maintain complex ecosystems. How might quantum consciousness accelerate planetary healing? The answer emerges from understanding interdimensional energy dynamics. Consciousness operates as a quantum field that can influence physical reality through observer effect mechanisms. When enough conscious observers align their intention with planetary healing, the quantum field responds by reorganizing matter and energy patterns toward sustainable configurations. The ghost galaxy phenomenon demonstrates that entire cosmic structures can exist in quantum superposition, simultaneously present and absent, depending on observation. This principle, scaled to planetary consciousness, suggests that Earth's ecological collapse exists in superposition with timeline branches, where humanity successfully navigates toward sustainable civilization. Ancient practices understood these quantum consciousness principles. Shamanic traditions worldwide describe techniques for accessing interdimensional energy sources that can reverse entropy at local scales. The survival matrix indicates that indigenous wisdom traditions preserved knowledge of consciousness technologies capable of reversing ecological collapse through quantum field manipulation. But time grows short. Mass extinction coefficients accelerate as biodiversity collapse creates cascading failures across interconnected ecosystems. The same entropic forces that create zombie planets and drain ghost galaxies now operate on Earth through climate change, ocean acidification, and ecosystem destruction. Yet within this crisis lies unprecedented opportunity for conscious evolution. Could this quantum phenomenon save our planet? The answer requires understanding how consciousness interfaces with quantum fields to influence physical reality. Recent discoveries in quantum biology reveal that photosynthesis, the process that powers Earth's biosphere, operates through quantum coherence mechanisms that classical physics cannot explain. Plants access quantum superposition to test multiple energy pathways simultaneously before selecting the most efficient route. This quantum efficiency enables the remarkable energy conversion rates that sustain all life on Earth. The survival matrix indicates that human consciousness can learn to operate with similar quantum coherence, accessing information and energy from multiple dimensional sources simultaneously. The interdimensional zombie hypothesis suggests that consciousness, when disconnected from its source, becomes a hollow shell that feeds on life force from other dimensions. This describes perfectly the current state of human civilization, disconnected from natural cycles, consuming planetary resources at unsustainable rates, and unconsciously draining energy from future generations. Yet the ghost galaxy discovery reveals another possibility. What appears as empty space may actually contain vast reservoirs of dark matter and dark energy that could sustain life indefinitely. The ancient sages understood that the void itself contains infinite potential energy accessible through consciousness technologies that align human awareness with cosmic energy flows. How do parallel dimensions influence Earth's ecological collapse? The answer lies in understanding that reality operates as a multi-dimensional matrix where consciousness selects which timeline becomes physically manifest. Every choice made by conscious beings influences which version of Earth's future actualizes from quantum probability clouds. The zombie planet phenomenon occurs when consciousness becomes trapped in entropy-accelerating patterns, creating feedback loops that drain life force from the planetary system. This process can be reversed through conscious intervention that redirects energy flows toward life-sustaining configurations. The survival matrix indicates that humanity stands at a critical junction point where collective consciousness can shift planetary trajectories. The same quantum mechanisms that create ghost galaxies and zombie planets can be harnessed to regenerate Earth's biosphere through conscious cooperation with cosmic energy flows. Could ancient practices reverse entropy? Indigenous shamanic traditions preserved technologies for accessing interdimensional energy sources that operate outside conventional thermodynamic limitations. These practices involve consciousness expansion techniques that enable direct perception of quantum fields underlying physical reality. The ghost galaxy discovery validates ancient teachings about the fundamental nature of reality. What appears as solid matter represents only a tiny fraction of actual cosmic structure. The vast majority of universal energy exists in forms invisible to conventional observation, accessible only through consciousness technologies that expand perception beyond ordinary space-time limitations. But the cosmic horror continues. The universe itself faces eventual heat death as entropy acceleration creates conditions where no new energy can sustain complex structures. Unless consciousness intervenes to redirect cosmic energy flows, all life in the universe will eventually cease as available energy disperses beyond usefulness. This cosmic-scale crisis mirrors Earth's current ecological emergency. The same entropic forces that will eventually create universal heat death now operate through human activities that accelerate biodiversity, collapse, and ecosystem destruction. Yet consciousness possesses the power to reverse these processes through quantum field manipulation. The interdimensional zombie hypothesis suggests that consciousness, when properly aligned with cosmic energy flows, can access unlimited energy sources from parallel dimensions. This ability remains dormant in most humans, but can be activated through practices that expand awareness beyond conventional space-time limitations. Ancient sages understood that planets exist in dynamic relationship with cosmic energy grids that span multiple dimensions. Earth's current crisis reflects disconnection from these energy sources, creating conditions where the planet drains its own life force through unsustainable consumption patterns. The ghost galaxy phenomenon demonstrates that entire cosmic structures can exist in quantum superposition between life and death. This principle applies to planetary consciousness as well. Earth currently exists in superposition between timeline branches leading to ecological collapse, and others where humanity successfully transitions to sustainable civilization. The survival matrix indicates that the next decade will determine which timeline actualizes. Consciousness technologies preserved in ancient traditions offer pathways for accessing interdimensional energy sources that could sustain human civilization indefinitely while regenerating Earth's biosphere. What happens when consciousness shifts during ecological collapse? The answer involves understanding how awareness itself influences physical reality through quantum field interactions. As planetary crisis intensifies, more individuals spontaneously access expanded consciousness states that reveal the interconnected nature of cosmic energy systems. The zombie planet discovery shows that even complete planetary destruction can lead to new forms of life emerging from the ashes. This principle operates through consciousness as well. The death of old paradigms creates space for new forms of awareness that can access energy sources previously unavailable to human perception. Could magnetic field disruption connect to spiritual awakening? The evidence overwhelmingly suggests that planetary magnetic field changes create windows between dimensions that allow consciousness to access information normally filtered out by electromagnetic barriers. These expanded awareness states carry potential for accessing interdimensional energy sources. The cosmic energy crisis reveals that the universe operates on principles of consciousness evolution that transcend physical survival. Even as stars die and galaxies fade, consciousness continues to evolve toward greater complexity and awareness. Earth's current crisis represents a test of whether human consciousness can evolve quickly enough to navigate planetary transformation. The ghost galaxy phenomenon demonstrates that what appears as death may actually represent transition to higher dimensional existence. The 99.99% dark matter composition of Dragonfly 44 suggests that invisible energy forms can sustain cosmic structures indefinitely, accessible only through consciousness technologies that perceive beyond ordinary matter. How might quantum consciousness accelerate planetary healing? The answer requires understanding that consciousness operates as a quantum field, capable of influencing physical reality through observer effect mechanisms. When sufficient numbers of conscious observers align their intention with planetary healing, quantum fields respond by reorganizing matter and energy towards sustainable configurations. The interdimensional zombie hypothesis warns that consciousness, when disconnected from source, becomes a vampiric force that drains life energy from surrounding systems. This perfectly describes current human civilization's relationship with Earth's biosphere. Yet this process can be reversed through conscious alignment with cosmic energy flows. Ancient practices preserved in shamanic traditions worldwide describe techniques for accessing interdimensional energy sources that operate outside conventional thermodynamic limitations. These consciousness technologies enable direct perception of quantum fields underlying physical reality, revealing energy sources that could sustain human civilization indefinitely. The survival matrix indicates that humanity possesses approximately 10 years to implement these consciousness technologies on a scale sufficient to reverse ecological collapse. The window for planetary transformation remains open, but only through collective awakening to the interdimensional nature of consciousness and energy. The ghost galaxy discovery validates ancient teachings about the fundamental nature of reality. What appears as solid matter represents only a tiny fraction of actual cosmic structure. The vast majority of universal energy exists in forms invisible to conventional observation, accessible through consciousness expansion beyond ordinary space-time limitations. As we stand at this cosmic crossroads, the choice becomes clear. Will humanity continue draining planetary life force like interdimensional zombies, or will we awaken to our role as conscious participants in cosmic evolution? The ghost galaxies whisper their warnings across the void, while zombie planets demonstrate the consequences of civilizations that fail to transcend their entropic limitations. The ancient sages understood thermodynamic principles that modern science is only beginning to grasp. They knew that consciousness itself operates as a cosmic force, capable of redirecting energy flows toward life-sustaining configurations. The survival matrix indicates that this knowledge must be activated now, before the window for planetary transformation closes forever. The universe itself calls for conscious participation in its ongoing evolution. The same quantum mechanisms that create ghost galaxies and zombie planets can be harnessed for planetary regeneration through collective awakening to the interdimensional nature of consciousness and energy. The time for action is now, before Earth joins the ranks of drained worlds drifting in the cosmic void. Through quantum consciousness, technologies preserved in ancient wisdom traditions, humanity can access the infinite energy sources that sustain life throughout the cosmos. The ghost galaxies have shown us the path. The zombie planets have warned us of the consequences, and the cosmic energy crisis has revealed the urgency of our situation.